my friend, it's Pat Sloan here for July, and I'm starting off with the Work in Progress t-shirt because you can make that even more than just sewing, right? Work in progress is like ourselves as well. And remember, there's all kinds of t-shirts I showed you the other day over at the website, Kate Spain's website, where I have my things, and get notebooks. Look at that, and it's got the dotted grid. But I thought I'd start standing up so you could see what it looks like. There's always a chair in the way, right? So there we go. Ta-da! Work in progress. And this is like a deep plum, and I wear a large. So you can see how long the sleeves are. Yeah, and I believe some of them have V-necks. This is just looks a little bit of a V because I've got the microphone hanging on there. Okay, we're going to talk about Christmas in July. Christmas in July is a free quilt along from the Fat Quarter Shop, and this is what week one picture looks like. I do have the fabric, and I did get one of the blocks of the ho 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 done for week one. Remember, this is free if you want to come each week and pick up the pattern. And it's the Fat Quarter Shop may release it Monday night. I can't remember what they told me, but they definitely have it there on Tuesday. And of course, I'm only filming on Wednesday for the month of July and August. So up on the rooftop, I want to show you the fabrics that I'm working with again, and then what I have to figure out for my particular items. So the fabrics is this really beautiful line from my friend Ann Sutton. And it's got kind of a burgundy, it's more like a soft burgundy red in it, and the pinks, remember with the little penguins, the really light greens with the yummy stripe. It's got some gray in here, wherever the gray is. Yeah, there's the gray, and a lot of lights. So I have a link to that in the description box, and the first comment. Remember the first comment. I also have, plus I have my article today at my website, I Love to Make Quilts. And if you get my emails, you get an email. This is the background I'm using instead of the dark background. So, and remember, it always gets a teeny bit mind bending when you're looking at things and they're different fabrics. So, you could take a little swatch and tape it over here, like on the different fabrics, so that, this one's pretty easy, but still, it's sometimes you're looking like, for me, my dark is actually where the white is, and vice versa. So, okay, I was doing this the other night, so let me just show you how I was working through that. In order to work on the letters, the ho ho ho, well, I need actually more than a fat quarter. So I didn't order those two, I didn't order the extra stuff. I forgot. And so if I had ordered, I would do this one because I think it needs, the lettering needs to be like a very tone on tone so that it, shows up well against that background. Other things are going to be a bit spotty, like a letter might have that red by it and blend into some of this background or the white. Same with everything else here. So I did not order more, which is fine because I own other fabric. So what I did was I hunted around in my greens, where is it? And I found that from my Promise Me fabric line, even though it's a darker green, these are the greens that I'll work with for the quilt and for the Up on the Rooftop Mystery. So I will make the letters from this one, which will be really nice that you can see them really well. And this is what is good about having some fabric here at your house. Just pick something that works. Doesn't have to be identical color. It's a little bit darker, but it's going to be perfect. There's actually a good bit of it, so it's very possible I could even use it for like the binding. I'm trying to do this part of the layout, but I also put on these wide spacers, well, particularly this one. So it's taking up room. So I'm going to just pull that off because that's actually between the words. So I don't need that on here. And I'm going to then, I have everything cut, so I'm going to lay it out. Because there are 3 words, H-O, 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 I'm just layering them. So there's 1, 2, 3 pieces for each of these. So this is the letter O, and then now I will move everything over so I can build the letter H. In order to not get confused, I first did the instructions for this top part, and then it had you do this part here, and then create this, and then add the bottom part. So now they're all cut, and I'm going to sew one whole unit just to be sure I'm right. Here's the H tightened up where I've got, sections sewn. That's not sewn on yet. The side down. Remember, this is a cursive H, like it's H-O, so that's why it's done like this, and I'm sure Kimberly told you that on the video. So what I end up with, let me grab it. Here we go. Ta-da! So remember, it's a cursive. I mentioned that it's a cursive H, and they're doing it like pixelated, so that's why it doesn't have, any, to make the shape curvy. You could, of course, do that. Let me just show you how you can modify it to look curvy if you would prefer that. So you just need 1.5 inch squares, which is the width of all these, all the letter strips. But if you wanted to make it curvy, you can audition it. Like if you wanted, because this is a curvy H, you could just, put in some things that help you make the curve, like that. I mean, even with the O, you could do the same. I mean, you would need, so there might be another one over here. Maybe, I think this one you might like if you wanted to make it a curve. So you could kind of see the image a little bit better for you if you wanted. But I just want to show you that as an option. But it's a pixelated, so that's why it's done in squares versus some other method for the design. So I'm pretty happy with that. I think it looks really, really good. I like that green with them. Now there are lighter, everything is lighter, remember, the other greens. Let me get them and show them to you again here with this. But they are in different places. Like, I know what the design is, so I've seen it, but they are in different spots. And I think they're just going to, my green from Promise Me is just going to help enhance it. Plus, it's a nice, strong contrast for the letters. I didn't want to be too wimpy on the letters and not really be able to see them. So there you go. That worked out so well, so well. Okay. What I also did was a little tour of my living room where I had changed the quilts out when Quilt Folk, the magazine, came to film. And so they've been up there like that. And that's just the way they're going to be until probably, I'm probably not going to change the quilts again until September or October. Probably end of September, I'll change the quilts out again. But I wanted to show you the things that I put up there. So let's take a look. We'll start at the front door. I changed out and put a summery little sailboat over in my hall. I just put a little bird in a basket, and this is one that was done for a challenge. I think that house, I'm not sure where it came from. And then I just did some applique. There's no pattern. This is in one of my books. And so then we'll just, I've got from my Tour of Ireland book hanging here. And then my bike. That's the digital pattern you can get in my digital store. I just have a few of my things up there, and they don't change because that's just the way it is right now. Nothing changed in the dining room. Very simple here. Just put up my fly quilt from Holiday Hoopla, the braid from my table topper book, and then this basket. You may have been with me a couple years ago when I did that from Susan Aki's book. So that was so much fun. So that's pretty much it. Keeping it super simple this year. And a lot of this was put up for the Quilt Folk magazine so that they could film it. Red, white, and blue. This could go up there as well. The London town. Since we have a lot of British history here from way back when, right? So also, color of the month. Let's do it. Let's do red, white, and blue quilts for the color of the month. 1, 2, 3, go! Share them over at Quilt Along with Pat Sloan. Now that, I have a lot more red, white, and blue, and I didn't bring out any of my little things this year. It's just, this is not the year it happened, but that's okay. That's okay. I do want to show you, let me show you what is in the Sew Sampler box from last month before it gets so long that we never see it. Hold on. Here's the box. Let's take a quick look. I know that you should have all gotten it by now. And this one was the May box, and we are in July. So this is the May box, and you always get some stuff on the back. And I know I'm late for that, but that's just the way life is right now. So what do we got? Oh, some super cute little labels. Look at them. Oh, nice. There's always some fabric. So we got a Jolly Bar, a bloom. Oh, that is so pretty. I am going to be using this fabric line for the Jolly Bar sampler we're doing from Jolly Bar Book 5. I'll be using this. We've got a little notebook. Oh, how sweet, with a grid, tiny for your purse. Put that in your purse. And then what do we got in here? Well, there's a free pattern that comes with the Jolly Bar, so you get that. And then the Fat Quarter Shop does an exclusive for the box, and you get this one. Look at that. That's very pretty. You always have to buy some extra background and stuff to go with the Jolly Bar. And they do. Haven't opened that last one. I haven't forgotten it yet. You also have the free block a month that comes just exclusively with the box. You can purchase them extra if you want, particularly if you like maybe just one of the blocks and you're not doing the whole thing, or you miss one. What is this? Is this a panel? What have I got? What have I got here? Is it a panel? Oh, it's like, oh, look at that. It is. That's what's in the middle. That's what's in the middle. It's like they cross-stitched, like oh, look how cute that is. Corey does such a good job. Corey Yoder is the designer of this. She does such a good job. There we go. Has a whole bunch of them. That's very cute. This is really, really cute. I don't know. Might have to do that. Okay, my friend. running through the Jolly Bar. Running through the Sew Sampler box. And there are always Sew Sampler boxes left over. Maybe there's some of these. You just never know from when I filmed this if they're still there. So I'll link you to that all in the description box and the pinned post and my website today. Okay. So you're going to do block 1 or part 1 of the Christmas in July sampler, the free sampler. And remember, if you don't want to wait each week, you can just purchase the whole thing in advance. But we will only show the week we're doing in the Facebook group, because that would spoil it for everybody, wouldn't it? So we're not going to show anybody's in advance of the day of the week, even if you've done it. You need to hold that. Okay, my friend, I love you. Mwah. Thank you for being here in the Sloan Zone. I will see you online.